Hey everyone, and welcome to September's meeting. It's September the 9th, and we are going to get started on here. So we are going over two topics today. And the very first one, we're going to do a little bit of housekeeping, and then we are going to do some stuff for your taxes. So this is going to be based for Canadian taxes. So for those of you guys in the States, I'm not too sure how yours works or when yours are due. But this is going to be based on taxes getting done for us for April, okay? But we're going to start off with some housekeeping first. So the very first thing that I want to talk to you guys about, because this is kind of goes down through the teams, and this is what we notice a lot. And Dawn noticed it with her front line because it's kind of stuff that she does that comes down to us. And then again, that's stuff that I do and stuff that I don't do that I'm starting to see in our team. We kind of want to nip things in the butt so we can get going as a stronger team together. So what I want you guys to do, and this isn't to rant, but I just want this team to be going in a positive way moving forward. And also, you guys remember, I'm here to support you guys and help you along, but not here to baby you guys, because you guys are running your own business. So what you put into it is what you get out of it as well. So the very first thing I want you guys to do is go back to your builder's contract and start going through it bit by bit. So each thing that you would have agreed on and signed with is what we need to be going over. Because again, you guys are going to be teaching this down to your builders as well. So the very first thing, you guys to be attending meetings. Okay, so if you're not attending meetings, then why are your builders going to attend meetings? Okay, so this is where you guys get all the information, keep up to date on things that are going on, promotions, and then helping out for building or support. Tons of stuff are in our team meetings. Again, not everybody's going to be able to come on live, not with our schedules, even how we are going to try to possibly change team meeting times. It's not going to be possible for everyone to be on every single time, but you guys should be making an effort to be in on the team meetings live as much as possible. 2, make sure that communications are open as much as possible. Most of everybody on this team is very good with that, especially text messaging and that kind of stuff, but make sure you guys are going on your Facebook minimum of morning and night. And I know things can get kind of overwhelming with the amount of, hey Kate, with the amount of groups that you guys are in on at this point, because you guys have our educational group, so Inspire Drip by Drop, you have our team group, you have Dawn's group, you guys probably have Holly's group at this point, and there's a lot of videos that go with them. So I want you guys to prioritize them. Let's say that properly. But you guys got to be looking at what needs to get done now so that you're not looking at a whole bunch of videos that you can look at a different time. Okay. And honestly, at this point, most of the important stuff, if it's on Holly's team or Dawn's team, I've already stolen it and brought it over. Okay. So keep an eye on that. It's already there for you guys. I know that Dawn right now is doing, I think she's doing a storybook that she's reading, like literally right now at 9. But again, what's your priority? Going to the team meeting now or watching that video later on? Okay, so you guys really make sure that you're not wasting a lot of your time watching videos that can be seen later on. And also on that, use your time wisely. So I know I watch a lot of my extra videos when I'm cleaning the house. So when I'm mopping, I kind of bring the phone along with me. When I'm doing dishes, I don't have a dishwasher, so I know I'm going to be stuck there for 15-20 minutes, or prepping dinner. So when I'm cutting up vegetables and doing everything else, I'll actually bring my phone or my laptop directly into the kitchen, put it on the counter, and put on my videos. If it gets good, I'll pause them, and then I can sit down for 5 minutes, go over it, and then continue on, okay? I do bring my phone in at bedtime with Ariana because she is used to noise. So Dawn's team meetings used to be at 8:30 on Monday nights, and they were like that for probably a good 6 months, which is literally Ariana's bedtime. So for me, that was fine. I set an alarm to make sure I was going on, and then I was on the meeting. If it got good, because it's live, I would know where I need to go back, and I don't need to watch the whole video again. So you guys just using your time wisely, but make sure you guys are checking your Facebook morning and night. With your business contracts, your LRPs, so you guys, I want you guys to make sure that this is something that you guys are doing and teaching down so that you guys get your power of 3. So for the first 3 months, you guys should be doing 100-point LRP to 125 points, because remember, you can get the free product of the month every single month for 125 points. So for the first 3 months, it should be 100 to 125. And then after 3 months, it should be 150. Other teams don't do that. They go straight to 150 because of that power of 3. My thinking of that is that as soon as you're starting, you don't have as many of the enrollments coming in or the LRPs. So that's why I did 100 to 125 to get you guys started off for a couple months, and then to bump it up to the 150. But you guys, that is a huge part that you guys should be teaching down, because that works for your power 3, your frontline's power 3, and so on down. So that's your 50, that's your 250, and now your 1500 every single month. So what can you guys do with $1,500 a month? Okay, that's huge. So think about that. 1,500 every month. Those are my mortgage payments. Right now, what else can I do with the other money that we have? Okay, and that's just for teaching out your power of 3. Next, rank sheets. Stickler for rank sheets. This is one that I've noticed for our team, and I can tell you what, I wasn't very good at giving Dawn my rank sheets, and that's where I'm starting to see those getting filtered down to you guys, where I had to be like, okay, and you guys, I'm still going to send you guys reminders, so don't worry about that. I'll still send you a reminder a couple of days before the first. Hey, you guys need to have your rank sheets in. Hey, we're having meetings at 9 o'clock. That's still going to be there, but make sure you guys are getting them filled out, because if you guys don't have a business plan, then what are you working with for the month? And then what are you working with for the following month? And then things aren't, your business isn't going to move forward. I remember how I told you guys, make sure you guys have at least 2 to 3 of those rank sheets started. So as you're speaking to somebody, they're like, you know what, I can't do a class this month, but I'd love to do it next month. You can already write it in. It already should be in your day book calendar, so write it on your rank sheet, so that when it comes to that month, it's already half filled out for you. And then make sure that they're coming in to me by the 1st, because I can't get my rank sheet sent off to Dawn until I get your guys. And then make sure that they are getting filled out, because if you guys aren't teaching them down, then you're not getting them. And then you still can't send yours off. So kind of see how it keeps on going down through the ranks. So again, so like how I wasn't very good for it, I had to step up my game, and then I expect the same from you guys. Because I can't ask you guys to do something that I'm not doing either. Okay. Mentor calls. So I think I've spoken to most of you. Simone, I need to double check the time with you. But we're going to be keeping mentoring calls down to 30 minutes. If we need to go over more, of course, we're going to, but 30 minutes should be able to cover over everything. We've been kind of going 45 minutes an hour with some calls on Mondays. And because I have 5 or 6 of you guys, it's just taking 5 to 6 hours on a Monday to go through mentor calls. So I want to kind of keep them down to 30 minutes as much as possible. So if you guys have stuff you want to cover, then make sure that you write it down, and we can go over it right off the bat as well. And on that note, you guys make sure you guys are setting alarms for stuff. So meetings, make sure you guys have an alarm going off like 20 minutes before. Mentor calls, set off an alarm. Even your classes, your consults, so that you guys aren't missing them, or you have the reminders so that you guys are being punctual, because that's going to have a huge part of it as well. That's going to filter down to your team. That's basically it for the housekeeping part of things. But you guys, I'm going to run into doing some tax stuff for you guys as well. So make sure you guys have a pen and paper. Okay, you got a pen and paper? Yeah. So I can't see your face, so I'm assuming you have a pen and paper as well. So I am not a tax professional, but this is, get your fun. I don't want you guys to have this information in March and be scrambling for papers. Okay, that doesn't make sense. So we're gonna go over it now, and I actually just had my tax guy here, and we're gonna go over the things that you guys should be keeping. So the very first thing that I do is your LRP orders. So as soon as you process them, you get an email with the order and all the totals. I print that off right off the bat. Okay, so print it off. I normally just put it in one of my files, and then once my order comes in, I check it off to make sure it's correct, and then that gets filed into its own little folder. So your LRP orders, because remember, that is a business expense because you're not earning commission unless that order goes through. Also think of your expenses. So I'm going to list off some, but everybody's is going to be kind of different. So the very first thing I think of is my essential business. Or if you're ordering from a different place, like there's oil companies down in the States that have supplies. So those ones as well. Keep all the receipts. And Amazon for that matter. So just got a whole bunch of those dram bottles from Amazon. So keep those receipts as well. So as soon as you get the email confirmation, print them off. And that's the best thing I can tell you guys. As soon as they come through, print it. Because it's going to get lost in your emails or in anything else. So just print it off and put it in a folder. Also, Vistaprint. Okay, things like business cards, any kind of signage that you guys are doing, anything like that. Walmart, that would be another huge one as well, because even for the tables, like the vendors' tables, your table, the receipt for that, tablecloths, the water jugs, right? Dollar store, your supplies from the dollar store, what do we got? Everything, labels, envelopes, the little cups for the vendors' tables. So if you guys are picking stuff up, keep the receipts for them as well. If you guys have a practitioner's license in anything, then I would also look at having that done as well, like your insurance coverage. So Kate, I don't know if you have that as well. Shelly, I don't know if you have that with the Reiki, right? So if you guys are paying for insurance for your stuff, then it's kind of you're working with your business, right? So look at that as well. So make sure you're keeping, you normally have like what, a yearly insurance for that, a yearly one time. So print out that receipt as well as soon as it goes through. And also trainings. So you guys, any kind of trainings that you guys go to, whether it's $150, what's the one that we're doing right now is the Launch to Elite, that's $15. Still, as soon as it comes through, print that one off. I put it into a training file, okay, and just keep them going. Getting into some fun stuff, how about cars? Okay, so your car insurance is another one. Also gas for your car. My guy asked me for mileage. That's something that I didn't even keep track of, but keep an eye on your mileage. Parking, if you're going to any places that you have to pay for parking, that's still an expense while you're out. We actually had major car repairs, and that actually went through as well. Clothing. So if you guys are buying clothes and it's going to be business attire or anything for your classes, or that's another one. Food. So I actually found this out from a couple of different people. So when you're going for food, doing what we do, you can write off, I think it's 50% of the food, or however they do it. You guys, I'm not a tax person. However they do it, it's like 50% of the food. But if you get it in a gift card, you can write off like 80%. So what I started doing last year, halfway through the year, is that rather than going to Tim Hortons and ordering my food and asking for a receipt, is that I actually go and buy like a $20 gift card, get the receipt for the gift card, and then when I would just go back to get food, I would just use that gift card, because now I'm writing 80% off that $20 versus 50% off the food each time. Okay, so you can do that for any place that has gift cards. Most places do at this point. If you guys need a babysitter to do classes or to do consults, then that's another expense as well. Your phone. So your monthly phone bills. So make sure, for those, I mean, I just get mine by email. I don't print them off. I know my phone's about $100 a month, right? So I just total it up. If you guys have a website or you're paying for any kind of promotions in a different way, then that's another expense. And then one of the biggest ones, and again, you guys will have to talk to whoever does your taxes. If you rent office space, then that's still one expense. But if you're listed from home as well, you can either do it in two different ways from my understanding. So you can write off percentage of, it's either square foot percentage compared to like your office in your home, or it's by room in your house compared to your office. And that's how they can do it in percentage. Again, get your person to check it. But then depending on that percentage, you can also look at your hydro and your gas, possibly your water as well. So those kind of things. And then also the next following year, your bill from the tax guy from the previous year, because that was an expense to get your taxes done. Okay, that's about all that I have that I came up with. Again, you guys, I'm not a professional tax person. I hate doing my taxes, and this is why I have somebody else do them for me. But remember, if you guys are buying anything that relates back to your business, get a receipt. And what I actually do is right here in my desk, I keep my receipts. Okay, so I literally just went out to the dollar store, got a box of envelopes. I kept the receipt for that. And then I have, that's gift cards, food, gas, supplies, clothing, and that's it. So that when I come in, I don't do this all the time. I'll just dump my receipts down on my desk, and then when I get a time, I'll throw them in the envelopes. So that when December the 31st comes, is I can just total these up, put the total here, and then I write the total on this. So when my tax side comes, I can just say, here's my piece of paper. Okay, and now you're not sitting there trying to do it for months and trying to get papers put together. You didn't keep food receipts for the entire year. How many of us stop off every day, every other day, a couple times a week, right? So make sure you guys are keeping your receipts every single time you guys stop. Get your receipts. Okay, I'm gonna unmute all of you guys and let me know what questions you guys have. Questions?
Not a question, Judith, but as a heads up, what I know of is that, like you said, gift card, if you use a credit card versus cash and receipt, you can track a credit card easier, and it makes it more legit, apparently, is what I've been told by clients that are tax people. That's called accountants.
So use your credit cards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just as a heads up, even if you want to designate one credit card you guys have to office stuff, you could, and then just say this is what it's used for, and you can classify it as a business credit card.
Yeah, no, makes sense. My husband with his truck driving,
Mm-hmm.
he has to use a separate account. So we're trying to make sure that rather than paying for his regular checking account, that we're using the business account to pay for the phones, because that can be traced back.
Yeah, that's how I've been told too. So,
yeah, so it just makes it a little bit more organized that they can't come back at stuff. So yes, 100%. Are there any other ideas that you guys have of other things? Because I think that's everything. It's mostly your expenses, which is your LRP and your supplies, your gas for getting around, right? Those are the biggest things. Miss Simone, you're awful quiet.
Yeah, sorry. It's because of Solomon. I don't know if you can see him.
Ah.
Yeah, but I'm hearing what you're saying.
Is he sleeping on you?
Yeah.
Oh,
He insisted.
Yeah.
my glass.
It's funny. When he was born, I thought I got my body back. Clearly not.
I still haven't got my body back. It's used and abused.
You know what I mean?
Enjoy it. Look at all the cuddle time you get. Okay, do you guys have any questions with tax time or housekeeping?
Yeah. Can we be compensated retroactively for all the receipts we have not handed in?
I don't know. So what do you mean, like for tax time?
Like previous years. I doubt it. I was just trying to be funny.
I tried to. I wanted to. I had my tax guy and I told him, I go, I will do anything. I will put down a flooring. I will go up on the roof. I will do plumbing, but I will not do my taxes. I go, here are your papers, but I try to have everything done. But I found receipts from previously. It's like, hey, can I still do this? He's like, yeah, you're fine. Like once it's done, it's done. But that's why I say, that's why I didn't want to do this in March.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I want you guys to, going forward, have it organized. If you guys can catch up. I mean, all your LRPs, you guys can go and still print those off. Any supplies, still same thing. Go anything that comes in by email, just start designating it. What I'm actually going to do, like even for myself, is to do it in Excel sheet. And then just have everything down there so that I know at the end of the year, these were the topics I needed to do. So that those are the ones that I need to look for. Right? But they're already written down. I mean, most of the receipts are already down. It's mostly just those envelopes because honestly, everything else is your phone. It's the same every month. Your car insurance is the same every single month. Right? If it comes down to receipts, you can go get them. You can easily get them printed off.
Oh, that's true.
Right? But it's like your food expenses, clothing receipts. There's no email for that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's no company to go back for, say, hey, I bought this shirt. Can you get me? It's not going to happen. Right? But yeah. So I'm just going to stop
Stuff this year is you most likely can use, if you use credit card, you can print out your credit card statement, highlight it. Worst case scenario, if they want to see proof of what the information was, you just don't get it covered, but you have a somewhat toe in the door. You may not have a full foot, but you got a toe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That works. I think I'll try that too.
You try it.
Loads of those.
Sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to stop the recording for now.